Hello students. Today we are going to see separation of substances. Already we saw in online class also. What is separation? Separation means removal of substances from a mixture of two or more substances. Here some examples are given. Separating stones from rice. Already we saw in online class by hand picking process. Separating tea from tea leaves. Filtration, then churning milk to obtain butter. Butter is light in weight, so it floats on milk. If you put milk in mixie and churn, then you will get butter. In this topic, we are going to see introduction, then different methods of separation, then assignment also given for you for writing the answers. Introduction. In nature, a large number of substances are found mixed with other substances. The substances could be separated from each other. What is a mixture? Mixture is combination of two or more substances. Why do we separate substances? To separate two different, we can remove the non-useful components to get the useful components. Or we can say to remove the impurities and get the pure substance. Example, remove stones from rice, churning milk to obtain butter, separate tea leaves. Methods of separation. First method is hand picking. See in this picture, two substances are mixed, that black color and white color. This black less in quantity, then they are differ in size also. Easily this black color can be removed by hand picking process. So from this what we can understand? If they are differ in size, color, quantity, easily we can remove by hand picking process. Stone and husk from wheat, rice, pulses, etc. Threshing. The process of separating grains from stalk by beating them against hard surface. Mostly in village area you might have seen. For separating large quantities of grains, threshing machines are used nowadays. In this picture, beautifully shown the stalk with grains. Winnowing. The process by which heavier and lighter components can be separated by blowing air. Husk is separated from wheat or grains. Husk is carried away by wind. Why? Because they are light in weight, so easily float. Okay? The husk is used as a fodder. See here, the husk is removed because it is light in weight. So it can be collected again, we can use it as fodder. What is fodder? Animal food. Okay, the heavy grains are separated from the husk by winnowing process. Sieving. The process by which the fine flour particles to pass through the holes of the sieve, while the bigger impurities remain on the sieve. Example, pebbles and stones separated from sand, dust, removed from wheat flour. Pebbles and stones separated from sand. So it is used in construction area, the sieves are used. Dust removed from wheat flour. In this picture actually the dust is removed from wheat flour. Wheat flour is here, the dust is here because it is bigger in size. Sieving is used when components of mixture have different sizes. Sedimentation. Already we saw this in online class. When the heavier component in a mixture settles down, okay, because they are insoluble in water and settles down at the bottom, that is called sediment. rise with the dust. Okay, here insoluble impurities are settled down. I showed you the sand with water, sandy water. Sand is deposited at the bottom because it is insoluble. Decantation. The process of pouring the upper clear liquid into another container without disturbing the sediments. See here, this is sediment. Then this process is known as decantation. Without disturbing, the clear water is poured into another container. Example, muddy water. Filtration. The decanted water is poured into a filter paper. Okay, with the help of filter paper we can get somewhat pure water. In this picture it is shown clearly the beaker containing the decanted water. It is poured into a filter paper. This is a conical flask. Then funnel is kept. In the funnel shaped filter paper is kept. Why? Because the small fine dust particles stick on it and we will get clean water. That is called a filtrate. The process of separating insoluble suspended solid particles from a liquid by using a filter paper. Even in your house, your mother used to prepare tea. In the filter, you can see the tea leaves. Okay, so insoluble solid particles are separated. Evaporation. The process by which the water changes into water vapor from river, pond, all water bodies, the water evaporated. Then from trees, the water is evaporated in the form of water vapor, that is called transpiration. Then from animals' body also the water is coming out in the form of a sweat and evaporated perspiration. So the process by which the water changes into water vapor is called evaporation. In this picture you can see clearly here from water body the water is evaporated, from trees also water is evaporated, then condensed after certain height. The temperature is low, so they are accumulated. Okay, that process is called condensation and come down in the form of a rain. Condensation. The process of conversion of water vapor into liquid. Okay, formation of cloud, rain example. See in this picture very clearly given. See this from water body the water is evaporated and form clouds. Then clouds condensed. Okay, because of less temperature become cool and condense and come down in the form of a precipitation. Then it reaches the water body. So evaporation and condensation, then this is called precipitation. This is, we can say, water cycle otherwise. Solution. What is solution? See below the diagram, it is given very clearly solute plus solvent gives solution. Solute, it is salt. Even in the online class we saw. Solvent is water. Then solution, we are saying salt to solution. Suppose if you are adding sugar, then we are saying sugar solution. This is solid, this is liquid. So this is heterogeneous in nature. But if lemon juice is added in water, then we are saying lemonade. It is homogeneous mixture of two or more substance, that is only called solution. Unsaturated solution. Unsaturated means we can add salt or sugar to water. It can be dissolved. Okay? The solution in which the solute can be added, then we can say that is unsaturated solution. Example, dilute solution or dilute coffee or dilute rasna juice. Okay, a glass of milk with 2 spoons of sugar. See, for example, in this figure, you can see the solution is here. Saturated solution. The solution in which no more solute can be dissolved. Best example, a glass of milk with 5 spoons of sugar. In a glass of milk, you can add 1 or 2 spoons. Even 5 spoons of sugar is too high. But after that, if you are adding, it may not dissolve. Okay? At that situation, we can say the solution is saturated. No more solute can be added. Okay? That is called a saturated solution. Here from this picture, you can understand. Okay? This is saturated because more solute molecule is found, but here very less. So in this you can add some more solute. So this is unsaturated. Here more solute. After this you can't add a solute. If you will add solute, it may not dissolve. So this is called a saturated solution. Yes, from this table you can understand the examples: solvent, solute and solution. Solvent, liquid form, it may be in the form of water. First solute is solid. Here example is sugar and water. Water is a liquid, sugar is a solid. Next, ethyl alcohol and water, both are liquid form. For example, we showed lemon juice in water, lemonade. Liquid and gas. Liquid is water, gas is carbon dioxide. Yes, in assignment, first question, which methods can be used for separating the mixture of sand, black gram and husk? Yes, what method we can use? Husk is light in weight, so we can remove that by winnowing process. Okay, then black gram, if it is less in quantity, we can use hand picking and remove the black gram. Then sand will be there. Otherwise, we can use sieving process. The sand passes through the sieve. The black gram will be in the sieve itself. Okay, so we can use winnowing, hand picking or sieving. We can use to separate all these. Second question, how can we recover both salt and water from the solution? See, you might have seen near sea, salt beds are there. They used to collect sea water in that bed. Due to sun rays, the salt water evaporates. That is, from salt water only water evaporate into water vapor. Okay, then salt is deposited. The same way here you take salt and water, mixed salt solution, and boil it in a vessel. Then water evaporates, salt will be deposited inside the vessel. You have to close this with the help of a lid plate. After few seconds, if you will turn the lid at the back, you can see droplets of water. How does this form? When we evaporated from salt solution, the water evaporated into water vapor and come closer to the plate. Due to less temperature, condensed and form water molecules. So now we are getting both salt and water. Salt is inside the vessel, water is at the back of the plate. Okay, so what process used? Evaporation and condensation. Now third question. Lemonade is prepared by mixing lemon juice and sugar in water. Now you wish to add ice to cool it. Will you add ice to the lemonade before or after dissolving sugar? Yes, you just imagine how your mother used to prepare. First she used to cut the lemon, then squeeze it, then add water, then what? She used to add sugar along with that little salt also for taste. Then after that only we have to add ice. Because once if it becomes cool, after that if you will add sugar, it will take long time. See, winter, during winter you people are feel lazy, but summer, April month, very active only. So from this what we understood, if anything is hot, very active, cool or cold, slow in action. So from this what we can say, sugar should be added when? Before or after dissolving sugar you will add. So after dissolving sugar you have to add ice cubes. Okay, sugar should be dissolved well. Then only ice cube should be added. Otherwise the sugar will not dissolve. Now, creative critical thinking, that is CCT questions. You have to think little and answer. River water is clear whereas sea water is not clear, even though both contain mud and sand. Why? Yes, why? River water always flows smoothly because of that the mud and sand deposited at the bottom. So we are able to see even our face on the in the river water. But sea water have waves, tides, because of that sand and mud also mixed with it. Therefore, it is not clear. Second question. A bottle contains white powder. It is either common salt or chalk powder. How will you distinguish without tasting? Yes, we have to take that white powder and mix it in water. If it dissolves completely, we can say it is a salt. If it does not mix, we can say chalk powder, because salt is soluble, chalk powder is insoluble in nature. So without tasting we can say. Thank you.